What's up, folks? This is Hebert Side 95, and this will be a behind-the-scenes look at why certain dialogue was chosen by not only myself and not only Casey, but Mark Haynes as well. So we're going to actually go over it today. If you like this reaction and this behind-the-scenes look at everything that we do for not only F.T.W. Productions, but anything associated with F.T.W. Productions, you're definitely going to follow this channel, because we will actually be releasing behind-the-scenes footage on this behind-the-scenes channel for F.T.W. Productions. You're also going to get a lot of clips on this channel, so be on the lookout. Just give a sub. Hit the notification bell. Give it a watch, you know? A lot of wrestling references in this particular episode, along with some MMA and other pop culture references. We're going to break it all down for you today, which is what this reaction video is mainly going to consist of. Now, I must warn you all that this is the unfinished version. By the time you see this, the finished version would have already been out. I'm just waiting for 2 of Casey's lines, and I'll actually read them off. He just hasn't been able to film them yet. So,
what's that? Looks like some kind of shiny rock. Well, looks like nobody's around. I doubt anyone will mind if I took it. Thank my lucky stars that I decided to take a stroll through the Donut Plains today. This will make the perfect gift for Gumbella. She might even go out on a date with me after I... Huh? What's going on? Is there a storm brewing?
before we get to the next part, for those who know F.T.W. Productions, you're probably asking yourself, why Owen Finch? For those who are not familiar who Owen Finch is, he is a voice actor for his character, Owen Finch, on Weymouth Youth Wrestling. And the joke here is he got eliminated in our tournament first, pretty much, in the first round. And he lost to Kyle Weaver in my Gold Rush tournament in my CAW league. So the joke here is that he's playing a character and he gets killed off. It's kind of the joke. It's kind of a rib. He found it funny too. So that's why I chose Owen, and I thought Owen would be the perfect voice for a Goomba. So there you go.
By the great Goomba King, what the hell is that?
That's mainly why. One of the greatest fucking scenes of any Flash animation ever. Coming up. This dude is menacing. He's not even a dude, he's a machine. Love that he used KI effects, KI sound effects. So if you don't know where those sound effects come from, there's a few places he gets it from, but the majority of Metallic's sound effects are from Killer Instinct. I don't remember the specific character. Somebody could probably point that out in the comments. I'm sure Mike will, because he's a KI fanatic. But I know for a fact it's from KI. And for those who don't know what KI is, Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct, the newest one specifically for the Xbox One.
Give me the Chaos Emerald.
Chaos Emerald? What's a Chaos Emerald? No! Wait! Stop! Ah!
What a debut for any character, man. So good. And here we go. The majority of the episode coming up here.
Greetings, Smash fans! Welcome back to the first Mushroom Kingdom Smash Tournament! It's been a long road to the final, and oh boy, do we have a heck of a match in store for you guys today! Two bitter rivals will clash in a head-on, all-out, no-holds-barred slobber knocker in their bid to be crowned Super Smash Champion!
For those who don't know what slobber knocker means, this is a JR term. Not necessarily a JR term. It came from football. Back when football didn't have as many rules and regulations as it does today. Where basically, if you get hit as hard as you could on the football field, that's considered a slobber knocker. Because spit would fly out from your head. I mean, in some cases, it's right to the face. This was back in the day, and then spit would go flying everywhere. So that's where the term comes from, and it's a JR term that has been famous in pro wrestling for years and years, which I thought was a nice little touch, and I kind of saw where Mark Haynes was going with this, and you guys know the story if you've seen the voice dubbed episode. The rest is kind of history from there.
I'm your host, Lakitu King, and joining me today as guest announcer is the current reigning champion of the Glitch Pit, the feral nuclear reactor himself. Give it up for the one and only Rock Hawk!
Finally, The Rock has come back to the Mushroom Kingdom! Oh yeah, it's good to be back, Jay. I am so stoked for this match today.
Indeed, combatants from far and wide have all participated in this tournament, but only one will walk away as the champ. I can only imagine what our finalists have in store for us today.
Oh, before I forget, I think a lot of people probably already know this reference. The Rock has come back. I mean, it's Dwayne Johnson in the WWF. That was a famous catchphrase of his. And the crowd would sing along with The Rock. You know, that whole thing. That was back in the Attitude Era. So The Rock would say that a lot of the time. Now, the reason why we didn't go with The Rock's voice and went with Macho Man's voice instead for Casey to portray Rock Hawk is because if you really listen to the few clips that they have for Rock Hawk, which I believe is, what's his face? I think it's Hercules from Dragon Ball Z, is, he sounds a lot like Macho. So we went with Macho Man. I thought that made the most sense in the world just from the voice dub. So we went with Macho. And I thought it was such a great fit for the Rock Hawk character.
I feel lucky that I chose not to enter the tournament. Otherwise, they would have been rocked. Oh yeah! Ain't nobody that can beat me. I'm number one.
Yeah, sure thing, champ. Anyway, without further ado, let's introduce our finalists.
Oh, and for those who are wondering what voice this is for me, because I don't talk like I normally would when it comes to commentary, if you're familiar with Weymouth Youth Wrestling, this is a heavily Mauro Ranallo-inspired voice for Lakitu King. So if you are not familiar with who Mauro Ranallo is, he is quite arguably the greatest, if not the greatest, combat sports announcer of all time. He has commentated for every professional wrestling, MMA, and boxing organization known to man in the modern day. And he is an absolute legend when it comes to professional wrestling and just combat sports announcing in general. Mauro Ranallo was the perfect choice, in my opinion, to portray alongside the Macho Man Rock Hawk. I thought it just made the most sense, so that's what we went with. If you want to know more, we'll get through it here, but I highly suggest go check out some Mauro Ranallo. You'll notice why I chose Mauro Ranallo here, because he makes anything sound exciting. He can make golf sound exciting if he commentated that.
In this corner, also known as Mr. Video Game and Jumpman, it's everybody's favorite plumber and the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom. Make some...
Is it Mr. Video Game? Mr. Video Game.
Corner, also known as Mr. Video Game and Jumpman.
Well, shit. I guess it was just Mr. Video. Oh, well. It's Mr. Video Game now. Sorry.
Everybody's favorite plumber and the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom. Make some noise for the one and only Mario! And his opponent, the almighty alter ego, the Goliath of Greed, the crooked stash crook. Give it up for Wario!
Oh, you stink! Whoa! I've heard less blues in the Forever Forest Ghost House.
Yes, it's quite obvious that Wario is the underdog of
I
this.
believe the Forever Forest Ghost House is a reference to Super Mario World. Could be wrong, don't quote me.
Competition, but don't count him out just yet. Of course, this tournament wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for our generous benefactor. So please, everybody give a big hand for our beloved Princess Peach! Okay, we kept you patient viewers and fans waiting long enough. Let's get this final underway!
Oh yeah! Let's go! Need a lesson, loser?
3, 2, 1.
And we're all like Donkey Kong!
I mean, we're on like Donkey Kong. Reference to Nintendo, and it's definitely a Morrowism when it comes to commentary. If you ever pay attention to Mauro Ranallo's commentary, he uses any pop culture reference that he can to throw into his commentary, which makes him sound extremely intelligent and all-knowing, which is what I was trying to go for here with this Lakitu King character.
Finals of the Smash title up for grabs! Wario goes for a shovel tackle, but Mario trips him up!
Ooh, rough landing. Fat Boy misses with a left and right. Ooh, Gonzalez counters with a picture-perfect Savat kick.
The Savat kick line is actually a reference to a little CAW league that isn't mine. It's actually Aaron Riff's called No DQ CAW. And the Savat kick maneuver was mostly infamous for one Freddy Krueger, and Aaron Riff would always call it a Savat kick instead of a super kick or a thrust kick. So that's why I said it was a Savat kick. There you go. That's the reason for the Savat kick line.
Uh-oh, Wario's getting those jumpers ready. He's trying to have some helping of some Mario souffle.
That kid tastes great. Too much sodium in empty corpse.
Wario manages to stick and move against the big guy.
Reference here, the big guy, Ryback. I know a lot of people don't like him probably in pro wrestling, but that is the reference there when it comes to the big guy. Also, the whole Mario Souffle thing, Casey actually improv'd a little bit of that line and actually reworded what I originally gave him to too much sodium and empty carbs. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal work by Casey here.
First item of the match is a bat, and Mario grabs it and looks to do his best impersonation of Ness for the Earthbound White Sox.
So, for Nintendo fans that are going to come at me and say, Ness never played for a baseball team. Yeah, no shit. I know that. The whole reason I went with Ness playing for the Earthbound White Sox, which don't exist, by the way, was because, you know, this is kind of towards the future, in a sense, if you really think about Super Mario Bros. Z and the time period it kind of takes place in. So I decided, hey, maybe Ness grows up to be a baseball player, and they have, you know, they have Mario Superstar Baseball, so maybe Ness has his own team, you know, called the Earthbound White Sox. So that was kind of the thought process going into my head because I wanted to have a Mauro Ronaldoism here in this dialogue, where Mauro uses another quote-unquote pop culture reference to infuse with his commentary. So that's where the Earthbound White Sox commentary line came in.
Follows it up with a 1-2 into the double slam.
Quick thinking on Gonzalez's part, putting the back chain chomp's mouth.
For those who don't know what a chain chomp is, it's a Mario character. He looks like that. It's basically a bowling ball with teeth and eyes, and it acts like a dog. Got it? Got it. Okay, moving on.
Wario sees an assist trophy.
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't know what an assist trophy is, because this is probably going to be as educational for a lot of people that haven't watched or played Super Smash Brothers or seen Super Mario Brothers or of any kind, or never seen this series before. Basically what an assist trophy is, basically you pick it up and it flashes and a person will come out to aid you in battle for a certain allotted time. We will find out obviously that it is that man in purple later on.
Luigi!
Wow. Hey, his brother is now in the ring.
Hurry up, will you? Oh, yeah. Hey, Stinky!
I should actually mention this as well. For those who are familiar with Super Mario Bros. Z, the original, this was actually a Mario Kart race that Wario, Waluigi, Mario, and Luigi competed in. It was a double dash race, basically. And essentially, he changed that to be a Smash tournament in the new Super Mario Bros. Z, which I thought to me made way more sense. So, good change there by Marcanes there.
Waluigi on the offensive, but not able to get Mario.
Skinny boy couldn't hit the broad side of a castle.
Hit it, slowpoke.
And down goes Waluigi.
Oh, the big guy from behind hits Gonzalez.
Waluigi is bending the rules here. And
I thought to myself, because at the end of the day, I mean, this is just a cartoon essentially. This is a Flash anime, right? So you didn't really need to explain this, but I thought it would add more to the story to explain this. So the certain allotted time for Waluigi to be in the ring would typically be 30 seconds max. Could be wrong, but I think it's 30 seconds. And he's way past the time limit on this particular scene. So he's bending the rules here, right? After what just happened. So I figured it was nice to explain that.
goes for the attack again, stopping a mud hole in the Mushroom Messiah.
Two references here from pro wrestling. Stomping a mud hole, that was a Stone Cold Steve Austin thing, where Stone Cold would stomp you into the corner of the turnbuckle as many times as humanly possible before he would basically flip you off and then give it one last big stomp at the end. So, that was it there. And then we have the Mushroom Messiah. If you watch wrestling nowadays, which I don't blame you if you don't, there was a Seth Rollins character, or a Tyler Black character, if you're an indie wrestling fan, called the Monday Night Messiah on Monday Night Raw that Seth Rollins portrayed. So he was the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins. Mario's the Mushroom Messiah. So there you go.
Look now.
Home run for the skinny guy. Yeah.
A home run for the skinny guy. That whole thing is one more for the good guys. If you're familiar with the NWO, reason why I'm wearing this strip for this video, Scott Hall always said that when it came to the NWO while he was in WCW. So there's another wrestling reference that I forgot about.
Fire!
Mario is falling faster than Johnny Mushroom in the Kingdom.
Johnny Mushroom in the Kingdoms, this is not a wrestling reference. This is actually a stupid Mario Brothers reference done by Rich Alvarez from like years and years ago. Now, here's the funny thing about all this, right? You guys would have already seen the Wade Needham podcast. We are doing voice dubbing for Mark Haynes, and I wanted to tie up the whole bow of content creators that inspired me to be a content creator by adding Rich Alvarez to the mix. So this was that reference to kind of tie up the entire bow here. Those three are the reason I'm doing YouTube today. Rich Alvarez, Wade Needham, Aaron Rift, who are both a part of NoDQ, Wade Needham and Aaron Rift, and Mark Haynes, all inspired me to be a content creator. So that was kind of that whole reference there. So there you go.
But what do the Warrior Brothers have planned?
Oh, and one more thing to explain the Johnny Mushroom and the Kingdoms. Fake band created by Rich Alvarez that Mario led. There you go.
Come on. Have a rotten day.
This reference by Mark Haynes is from Beat Up Sandbag, which is so good that he actually included this here. I did not think he was going to include this joke this early on, but he found a way to do it. Fucking hysterical, this fucking thing. Love it. Mamma Mia is a Mauro Ronaldo catchphrase on commentary. So there you go. That explains that reference.
Ooh.
Fucking Wario.
Talk about an exclusive finale. The great Gonzalez is gonna need a freezy for that burn.
You said it, champ. I think Mario will be feeling that one in the morning, if there's anything left of him. What an upset! Mario was certainly the crowd favorite going into this match, but it looks like Wario has it in the bag. I guess that's it, Smash fans. The winner of the first Mushroom Kingdom Smash tournament is... Whoa! Hold on a moment! What is that?
Wow!
Mario has survived the ass blast from the past!
He's still standing?
The ass blast from the past line, another Mauro Ronaldo-ism. Also a subtle reference to Samurai Jack. Gotta get back to the past. Ass blast. So, there you go. That's the reference. That's the only reason why I wanted to do it. And I thought, hey, yeah, this will work.
No one can believe it! Especially the Warrior Brothers!
Oh, my poor old heart. You sure had me worried for a moment, huh?
Oh no! Somebody cheated. What? Yay!
Luigi may have saved his brother from that star on the field from earlier!
Wait a minute, isn't that cheating?
Again, on commentary, we wanted to kind of explain the shit that shouldn't have made sense. So, Waluigi going over the allotted assist trophy time limit, and Luigi getting involved and throwing the star Mario's way. But because Luigi was justified in helping Mario get the star to make him invincible and impervious to Wario's ass blast from the past, then they kinda... Well, you'll see. You'll see here.
Thank you so much.
Because of Luigi and Waluigi's bending of the rules, direct orders from the Mushroom Kingdom Athletic Commission says this final will now be a Tornado Tag Team bout!
So, that explains why both Luigi and Waluigi are now in this final. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, there was no way he was going to be able to really explain that with the way that Mark Haynes does flash animation, right? But when you voice act, and you want to add additional things and additional story to what he's already created, you you can. So that's what I wanted to kind of make sense of and tie up that loose end. So there you go. And, you know, now everything kind of comes full circle as to why Mario and Luigi are now fighting their doppelganger counterparts, Wario and Waluigi.
That inside Bill Russo's done it again!
Wrestling reference here for those who are watching this video and not familiar with wrestling. Vince Russo was a writer for both WWF and WCW, for better or worse, in the late 90s, or actually mid-90s all the way up to the early 2000s, and also for Total Nonstop Action for 2 separate runs there. The idea being that he's justifying interferences, which is what he did a lot of the time, with some convoluted, contrived bullshit, for all lack of a better term, when it came to pro wrestling storylines. So that's kind of what this is in reference to. But instead of Vince Russo, it's Banzai Bill Russo, which was a nice little addition that Casey actually changed, because I didn't know what to call Russo in this context of this story, and he came up with Banzai Bill Russo, which means he was a Banzai Bullet Bill named Russo. So that was kind of the idea there, and again, making sense of the situation that kind of unfolded right before everyone's eyes. So Banzai Bill Russo is leader of the Mushroom Kingdom Athletic Commission, and if you're wondering why there is an athletic commission, that's more of an MMA reference and also an old school pro wrestling reference, where you would have to kind of go to a athletic commission to kind of talk to, you know, that person who's head of state for the athletic commission. Hey, we're going to have a combat sport here, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, they sign the paperwork and blah, 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 and there you go. And if changes need to be made, then they will. And, you know, the Mushroom Kingdom Athletic Commission would basically DQ anybody for taking enhancements, right? So even though there wasn't enhancements, they made a decision, right? That's kind of what they did after the fact, after what just happened. So there you go.
Now things are heating up. Let's see who will become the cream of the crop. Yeah!
Cream of the crop is a Macho Man-ism that he said for years.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute! That big bomb was not in the list for the items!
We had an item list?
That whole line was improv, because I realized, wait, we kind of should explain why the big bomb came down. Because there was other items in this entire thing that came in. So we came up with, wait, this wasn't in the items list. And then Casey replied as Macho Man Rockhawk, we had an items list? So there you go with that one.
Mario!
Wait a minute. This wasn't in Russo's format sheet?
The Russo format sheet, for Banzai Bill Russo's format sheet, is essentially a shout to pro wrestling being scripted and how Russo would try to blend reality and fiction in a really terrible way for all intents and purposes. Or maybe some people enjoyed it, but in my opinion it was very terrible. It was objectively not good. And that's kind of where that comes from. So it wasn't in the format sheet. It wasn't in the plans, if you will. The ring was not supposed to blow up. It was supposed to stay there. Now, essentially, there you go. That kind of explains that whole deal.
That's because it wasn't supposed to happen. The whole ring has blown to pieces. What's going on down there?
And if you notice here, so instead of Lakitu King saying, wait a minute, I had Rockhawk say, wait a minute, and then he followed up with, this isn't in Russo's format sheet. And then I had Lakitu King say, that's because it wasn't supposed to happen. And then it goes right back to the original dialogue that Mark Haynes created.
Mario!
God, no! He's here!
That doesn't sit well with me, brother.
Brother. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Now, Hulk Hogan was not the only one who said brother a lot of the time in pro wrestling. Macho Man also said brother sometimes. There was plenty of people before Hulk Hogan as well who said brother. And if you're familiar with Hulk Hogan's behind-the-scenes antics, if you follow wrestling very closely, there was at one point where Eric Bischoff, for example, I'm just using this as an example, Eric Bischoff went over to Hulk Hogan to recommend that he should travel to North Korea to main event with Antonio Inoki. And Hulk Hogan basically just looked at Eric Bischoff and said, "That doesn't work for me, brother." So I changed it with, "That doesn't sit well with me, brother." So there you go. Reference explained.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the great king of the Koopas and soon to be ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom. Give a big hand for the indomitable, the indestructible, and the indigestible Bowser!
It's great to be here. It's been a while, Mario Nemesis. Sorry I came and crashed your little Mario party. You know, I'm a little insulted that you didn't even bother to invite me to your pathetic tournament. No matter, I figured now would be a perfect time to put my latest plan into action.
Uh-oh, hold on to your seats, Smash fans, because it looks like Bowser's trying to kidnap the princess once again!
Hey, cowboy! How did you know about my plan? Now spill! Who told you about it? Blah! What a Four Eyes the Cloudy Boy only revealed half of my big plan. But first, let me tell you a little story. One morning, I was sitting down eating a hearty bowl of Koopa Crunchies. As I chowed down on my delicious cereal, I couldn't help but think about...
Okay, before I continue with the rest of this dialogue, sorry, I had to text somebody because I'm also doing another project for the emergency alert scenarios that I'm also a part of. I'm a part of like 15 different things, so my apologies. But that cereal reference, the Koopa Crunchies reference, and I don't know if you noticed in the corner, a lot of people I don't think saw this. I noticed it like after watching this over like at least 20 times, and I found out about it on the 21st viewing of it. So I just noticed the banana guy come out of nowhere behind the rubble of the ring. And so I noticed that while I was doing the edits, and I laughed my ass off, because if you know Mark Haynes, he has a meme that's called "I Like Cereal," and that the banana guy just kind of blows up. But in this instance, he didn't blow up. But he just kind of whispered, ever so subtly if you pay attention to the dialogue, "I like cereal." So there's that reference explained.
How much I absolutely despise you, Mario! Everything from your goody two-shoes attitude, your stupid, airy mug, and your annoying, grating, chipmunk voice! I could talk to you all 10 times over with Peach as my bride if it weren't for your constant meddling! With that in mind, I started an intense training routine, pushing my body to limits and building my strength. Now I'm stronger than ever, and I shall use this newfound strength to finally put you deep in the ground! And what better place to do that than right here in front of hundreds of your adoring fans? They shall witness as I beat the ever-loving tar out of you before I end your game for good!
By the way, so for those who don't know, Casey in this particular episode voices Kamek, Toadsworth, and when he appears later on, Sonic. I voice act Metallics, Bowser, and Princess Peach, believe it or not. I'm the one who voices Peach for her dialogue, and I voice Bowser. Don't ask me, I don't know how I can do it either. So, there you go, there's the little thing, and then Owen obviously voices the Goomba, we explained that earlier.
Do it? Status? Well then, tough guy. Why don't you put your money where your mustache is?
So,
you mushroom munching moron.
if you notice, I actually slowed down this bit of dialogue. Main reason why is because if I didn't, my dialogue would not have worked, and I would have had to rush through the dialogue, and I kind of wanted to take my time with it. So I slowed down the video just ever so slightly, which is why the knuckles are kind of like off-center, but hey, what can you do? You know?
It's showtime.
This is a reference to the original
Let's go.
episode 1
Oh no!
of Super Mario Bros. Z.
Luigi! Luigi! Luigi!
Mr. Great Stash never fails to crack me up. However, I shall find more amusement from smashing you into a bloody pulp. The underwear awaits you, Mario!
Reference here by Mark Haynes before we get into one of the commercial breaks here. The underwear is basically a reference to Mortal Kombat's Nether Realm. So instead of Nether Realm, it's underwear. Which is a funny little line there, Mark. I saw you there. I saw you. Love that he included these, by the way. Give me 1 second. I am going to call Casey because he has just sent over the lines, and I'm going to edit those in for your viewing pleasure, because that will mean that the entire dialogue is finished. So let me go do that real quick. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of this. So here we go. It is finished, by the way. The entire dialogue, as of right now, is finished.
And the fight is on! The entire Mushroom Kingdom hangs in the balance! And I, for one, hope Mario comes out on top once again!
I may not be Gonzalez's biggest fan, but I have to agree with you here.
Now Bowser is unleashing his fiery rage upon Mario!
Plumber has the speed advantage and he's gonna need to use it, especially to avoid downward punches like that.
Ball hammer elbow from the Mushroom Kingdom native!
Ooh, follow up with a vicious high kick the late Hayakupa would have been proud of, yeah!
So, two wrestling references in that commentary bit. Bullhammer Elbow is a Wade Barrett trademark or a Stu Bennett trademark. He would either launch his opponents and nail them with an elbow right to the face, or he would just standard kind of ripcord them into the elbow. So that is what the Bullhammer Elbow is. But in this case, it was a charging Bullhammer Elbow. And so, it was an elbow. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Wrestling reference. There you go. And the late Hayakupa reference is actually a reference to the late, great Hayabusa. A wrestling legend when it comes to high-flying, innovation, and cruiserweight wrestling. So, that's what those references are about.
Bowser charges at Mario with a shove, but Mario dodges the follow-up claws! Mario's twist kick is denied and oh! Mario put down to the ground and Bowser follows up with a penalty kick!
So, that reference is both a reference for football and wrestling, mainly because wrestling kind of adopted the penalty kick as a style of strong, or a strong style, if you will. Like, that's how they would kick their opponents a lot of the time, especially towards the lower part of the back. So that's what that's in reference to as well. And obviously penalty kick, penalty shootout when it comes to the actual football. So there you go.
Mario?
Oh, man, there goes Gonzalez number 2.
I don't think he's failing too electric boogaloo at the moment.
Electric boogaloo.
And now Bowser, like a coward, is hiding in his damn shell.
What? I think you spoke too soon there, King.
Bowser trying to tear the ground up in order to crush the corner. Wow! What a high-impact uppercut!
He turned that Koopa inside out with that one.
Before we continue with the main part of the dialogue here, there are two references here. One's just a Mario reference, and the other one's a Street Fighter reference by Mark Haynes here. So when Mark Haynes animated this particular uppercut, this is actually reused Shoryuken, specifically in Street Fighter 4. So this was his Ultra, pretty much. So he always went for an uppercut to the gut, then he would move it up into the jaw. And that entire animation is straight from SF4. When it comes to the Mauro Ranallo bit, Mauro Ranallo would always go when something incredible happened. Wow! So that's what that's in reference to. Believe it or not, if you hear Mauro Ranallo commentate, he will say that a couple times. So there you go. Also, one more reference, the whole Inside Out thing, is actually a reference, believe it or not. He turned that Koopa inside out with that one. In pro wrestling, there is a particular style of bump called the Inside Out bump. Watch Simon Gotch shoot on Enzo Amore. You'll understand what the Inside Out bump is. But if you still don't get it, basically what that is if you take, say, a clothesline or a big boot or some other maneuver where he just lays into you at full speed as hard as they can. If the wrestler taking the move is athletic enough, they will take a bump where they go ass over tea kettle and land either on their face or on their stomach or sometimes on their knees if they want to protect themselves. That is what the Inside Out bump is, essentially. For a great example of this, check out any of Ricochet's matches and check out any time when sometimes they'll do a twirling bump, essentially. Check out any time Braun Strowman did a running shoulder tackle on Kevin Owens. That's basically what the Inside Out bump is. That's like the best example I can think of off the top of my head.
Incredible! What an intense battle! The Koopa King appears to be down for now, but it's still anyone's game!
You can do it, Mario. I believe in you.
Looking to fight fire with fire.
And because the ring that acts like as an inhibitor is no longer at play, Mario can use this fire flower as long as he damn well pleases.
Audience, let's be careful, because this one could get Goomba butt ugly.
So, before we continue with the fight scene here, couple references, well, not a couple references, an explanation, then a reference. So, obviously, we're explaining kind of how Smash Brothers works in a sense. So we decided that the stage in where Wario and Mario originally fought in is no longer at play, and that acted as an inhibitor. So, in a sense, their powers were nerfed. Fire Flower, that explains why Waluigi only had the Fire Flower for a little bit, and Mario can hold the Fire Flower as long as he's fighting Bowser until he ultimately gets destroyed, and he loses the power. That's what that's in reference to. So we wanted to kind of give a nice little explanation bit to that. So there you go. And the best be careful bit is a Smosh reference. Specifically, New Smosh, aka Shane Top and the Dumpster Wizard. It's an obscure-ass reference, but roll the montage.
Well, hello there, weary traveler. Looking to enter the Cave of Terror, eh? So, weary traveler, looking to enter Dave and Buster's, eh? I've seen many a traveler go in there and none return. I've seen many a traveler enter and none return. All right, doctor, I'm ready for my prostate exam. So, looking to enter my butthole, eh? Seen many a travelers enter, none return. Woo! There's a plethora of booby traps, and traps that look like boobies. There's a mirror that when you look in it, you only see the reflection of Topanga from Boy Meets World. And there's an ogre that's mildly Republican. One wrong word and he'll go, you know what I think about that? And then you're in for a mouthful. There's cheap beer and wings, shitty Mario Kart, and a lady in jean shorts and flip-flops named Tammy who keeps giving you eyes. All right, ready to begin our Metallica tribute band. So, looking to enter Sandman, eh? Hello there, weary traveler. Ooh. So, looking to enter America, eh? Ooh. Best be careful. I've seen many a travelers enter and none return. First off, you kinda can't go right now. But if you manage to make it in, you'll face many perils, terrible things. People who talk too loud. Driving on the other side of the road. People who call McDonald's by its full name and nothing shorter. An annoying orange. And I'm not talking about the YouTube channel.
No. This needs to stop.
What do you call an icicle that keeps giving you quizzes? A testicle!
Oh my god.
I can't even look. So, looking to enter Abercrombie and Finch, eh?
There he goes.
Oh. Wrong way. Oh, God.
There you go. Best be careful. I've seen many a traveler enter. I've seen many a traveler try to enter Smash and then return. Alright, let's do this.
Hell have no fury like a battle for control!
A very Mauro Ronaldo reference there. Very Mauro Ronaldo.
Ooh, that's a foot exchange between two gladiators. Now this is a smash fight.
Oh, God! Bowser almost just killed an entire crowd of people! That's way out of line!
What news, punk? Just what I gave him credit to.
Oh, no. He wouldn't! Oh, no!
Gonzalez protecting his brother!
In this instance, blood is
Thicker than flames! Or thicker than flames. Very Mauro Ronaldo there.
Mario counters with an uppercut to
I should explain that Mario has never said blood is thicker than flames, but Mario's style would be to make up or add on to references and sayings and mannerisms that have been uttered throughout the years. So Mario, in this context, would absolutely say, in this instance, blood is thicker than flames, instead of blood is thicker than water. You know, water, fire, you know, the whole thing. The whole 9 yards.
Mario counters with an uppercut to the gut! Oh no!
I think that just made him mad.
I think you're right, Bob! Now Bowser's going for the 5-star Koopa Splash!
The whole 5-star Koopa Splash line is a shout out to Rob Van Dam, a pro wrestler who had the finisher, the 5-star Frog Splash. This is what that's in reference to. Also, if you're a Smash Brothers player, or have never played Smash Brothers before, this is Bowser's command grab in Smash.
Gravity, it's not just a good idea, it's the law!
So in this saying, for those who don't understand what gravity, it's not just a good idea, it's the law, the whole idea of this line was Sir Isaac Newton's law. I originally just straight up said, oh yeah, Sir Isaac Newton's law of gravity paid off for Mario, or something of that nature. Casey changed it to gravity. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. In other words, Sir Isaac Newton's law.
Make a fireball onto the Koopa King, and Bowser crashes and burns to the ground!
What is he out?
We'll have to wait and see.
Ow. That's smart. Not bad, Mario. You've certainly been taking your mega vitamins lately. You're a lot tougher than before.
Woohoo!
But, did you really think I didn't prepare for this outcome? Kemet, now!
Peanut butter
sandwiches! Fucking love this.
Who thought you and your brother were the only ones that could use power-ups? Check this out.
Whoa! What in the hell is happening to him?
Don't touch that remote, Smash fans! It looks like King Bowser is transforming into something!
I love this reference coming up. This was all improv by Casey, or rewritten by Casey. No, this was improv. We didn't even have this in the script. So, when I read the original dialogue, Casey said, I have a really good idea for a comeback. I'm like, alright, go. And he says this.
Less a robot in disguise and more a Koopa on the rise!
For those who don't know Robot in Disguise, that is a Transformers reference, which I did not expect at all, but I fucking loved it here. It just fucking, it worked. It absolutely worked.
Oh yeah! How do you like me now? Say hello to Metal Bowser! And goodbye your worthless existence!
Oh no! Bowser now more metal than Metallica as he tries to flatten Mario with the rolling shell of doom!
Bowser now more metal than Metallica. Reference to Metallica. And yes, fuck it. Mushroom Kingdom and the Mario world loves Metallica. Why the fuck not? Why not? Metallica's great. Hey, yeah. Metallica. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Easiest reference in the fucking world here. And absolutely something Mario would say 100%.
Get out of the way yet again!
Mario goes for the high kick! It's not very effective.
So, the "it's not very effective" line is a shout to Pokemon. Either your attack towards another Pokemon is super effective or not very effective. There you go.
Holy hammer bros! He pushes him through the ground by his face!
This brute launches Mario into the air! A double axe handle by the ruthless Koopa!
So, double axe handle is a wrestling maneuver that old school wrestling fanatics would know very, very well. In fact, the axe bomber was a move of the late great Macho Man Randy Savage. So that's what that is in reference to.
Stars Hopeless is going for his finish, the Koopa Crusher!
This is his down B attack in Smash, and this is also a wrestling reference where he's going for his finish. So in this case, Hogan's finish was the Hogan leg drop, the dropping of the big leg. This is, instead, I was going to originally go with the Koopa leg drop, but I thought the Koopa Crusher just flowed way nicer. So that's what that's all a reference to.
Flame Burst launching Mario's way, but he dodges them once again!
Gonzalez with that hammer he tried to use on the doppelganger blast!
Mario charges on the offensive at Bowser, but this brute launches a piece of asphalt right towards Mario!
Wowza! Talk about chilling!
Fireballs collide, and when there's smoke,
There's Mario! Love that Mario-like line. Absolutely love that.
it's hurting Mario more than it hurt Bowser! No! He's defenseless! Oh God! Spike launcher sends Mario into the air!
Spike Launcher is another smash attack for Bowser, where you hold in A and go up on the left stick. If you want to do it in a quicker succession, you would go up on the C stick if you are a melee player. That is what that is all a reference to. And Spike Launcher is another wrestling reference. That would be maybe, I don't know, his signature. Fuck it.
Oh, this is too much now!
Now he
hits the 5-star!
And a devastating left hook sends Mario flying into the empty stands!
So you want more of this, huh? You sure are a glutton for punishment.
Wait! What's Mario planning?
He's charging up for his final smash attack!
Couple references. Actually, no, it's just one reference, but no, yeah, it's a couple references, actually. One's a DBZ reference, one's a Smash reference. If you are not a Smash player, but you're a fan of the show, Super Smash Brothers have these things now called Final Smashes. Originally, you would just smash, what do you call it? A Smash Ball. And if you got the Smash Ball and you got the last hit on it, then you could use your Final Smash. That would essentially be your finisher. Your ultimate, if you're a Killer Instinct fan, an Ultra if you like to go by Street Fighter logic. So this is Mario's mega finish, essentially, right? So it's his final smash. The way that Mark Haynes animates this, it's like Vegeta's final flash. So the way, even the whole jumping into the air thing and him charging up for it like Goku would, is such a reference to Final Smash. Or Final Flash, rather. That was such a nice touch there by Mark Haynes. I love it.
He got it! He got all of it!
The "he got it, he got all of it" line is a reference to when Shawn Michaels won the WWF title at WrestleMania against Bret Hart in the Iron Man match.
An eerie silence settles here in what's left of the Smash Arena.
Phew. I can't handle all this excitement. Did he finally get that rapscallion?
Oh no! Oh no!
Was that puny spark seriously at best? Pathetic! Weak! How about an old pro show you how it's done? Prepare to be schooled!
Now he's charging up for his final smash!
This is not good!
By the way, just to put in perspective, I know that Bowser's actual final smash in Smash Brothers is where he transforms into Giga Bowser. You got to remember that this is DBZ logic here we're talking about. So Bowser's entire final smash, realistically, in this context, could change. So that's why I said now he's charging up for his final smash. Or I had Casey say that.
Oh no!
Mamma mia!
Mario has just been knocked out!
Mario!
Oh, how the mighty have fallen! To think you used to be a real pain in my shell way back when. Now look at you, face down in the dirt, like the lonely worm you are, broken and helpless, with no one around to save you.
I love that line, the way I delivered that was so menacing, bro.
I have waited a long time for this moment after all. Game over, Mario.
Luigi!
So you finally woke up, Mr. Green Stash. You should have stayed unconscious if you knew what was good for you. Seriously? Do you really think a wimpy little coward like you can protect him from me? Since I'm in such a good mood, I'll allow you to scurry off and hide. Unless you want to get flame broiled alongside your brother.
Oh my god.
Very well then. You can regret your decision in the afterlife. Both you and Mario shall die together.
Please! Star Spirit, somebody! Everybody, please help us!
Oh, this is truly terrible, Smash fans! Mario's down for the count! Is this the end? Has Bowser finally won?
Oh, Gonzalez! You better not lose or I will come down there and rock you myself!
Love this reference to Homer Simpson going... And the Family Guy chicken sound effect. References galore, people.
What the heck was that? What the? Where did my metal form go? Come in, quick! Toss me another metal shroom!
Sorry. No can do your rudeness. We're fresh out of metal shrooms.
What do you mean, fresh out? You're a gosh darn Magic Koopa! Can't you just conjure up one, you imbecile?
Huh? Mario! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just what I needed.
I don't need that metal shroom to beat Mario now. I'll just mosey on over and...
Thanks to his bro, Gonzalez is back up!
And here's what pissed off Plumber from another!
Ooh, the game's on! Here comes a bad day to be Bowser, yeah!
The whole, the reason why I had him say pissed off plumber from another mother is simple, pretty much. Maro and Aloism. Pretty much the theme for my commentary. As a Maro-esque character. The mushroom sidekick is a shout to Booker T and his Harlem sidekick when he was in WCW. I guess it's now called the Houston sidekick. You get the point. One of his
rocks that monster sky high!
Another follow-through on the uppercut! And a spin kick! Mario's gone mad!
Taking a page out of Captain Falcon's playbook with the rapid punches!
So this is actually Ken Shiro's sound effect, pretty much, when he does the rapid punches, and it's also the animation. They say it's not JoJo. Somebody can correct me. It looks like the JoJo animation, like that whole thing. I think it is. Could be wrong, but it's either that or Ken Shiro's animation as well. And instead of going with the anime reference, I went with the Captain Falcon playbook, where he also does multiple rapid punches, but instead of one fist, it's two fists here for Mario. So that's that whole reference explained. And I'll just do it right here. Missile drop kick coming up is a maneuver in pro wrestling from the top rope, but here it's just a missile drop kick from the sky.
And a follow-up missile drop kick to the Chrome Dome! To this Beast Incarnate! Mario!
The Beast Incarnate line. Reference to Brock Lesnar, one of his many nicknames he went by in his combat sports / pro wrestling career.
Fastest one! Oh, wait a minute! The princess is being held at gunpoint!
Oh no!
That's enough, Mario. I suggest you cease your attack or else the princess gets it.
No! Don't listen to him, Mario! You have to keep fighting! You have to defeat Bowser at all costs!
So I had her say, in addition to the original dialogue, at all costs. And if you notice and pay attention, there's a little echo effect as if she's outside. And Mario's hearing it from that perspective. I thought that's where I figured out while I was doing this. Okay, we got something here. First thing I edited, by the way. Other than Bowser's voice, obviously.
I knew he wouldn't have the guts to go through with it while your safety is on the line. Now, Mario, I suggest you be a good boy and stay put, or else Princess Peach here will be living the rest of her life as a Goomba.
Scum of the earth, these two.
How resourceful of you, Kamek. Even the most steadfast of heroes will fold when there's a hostage involved. Now, hold still, Mario. I will make this quick and painless.
Finish him up!
Kamek, where'd you go?
Peach is free! And Mario capitalizes on the distraction! Shotgun drop kick to the jaw!
Shotgun dropkick is another wrestling reference. That is a move that Kenta used while he was in the WWE. He still uses it now, I believe. And as far as the whole cape theme that Mark Haynes animated, that is a smash attack on Smash games where Mario will make them spin the other direction. He ended up with a supercharge. And Bowser spun around and got dizzy, which led Mario to be able to hit a shotgun dropkick.
And now Gonzalez looking for the classic giant swing.
Obviously, this is both a Mario reference and a wrestling reference. Mario popularized the giant swing for gamers in Super Mario 64, while wrestling has been using the giant swing for years. Specifically, Cesaro has been the one to kind of bring back the popularity of the giant swing, but instead of the tail, like Mario is doing, they do it by the legs. So there you go.
He hits this, it's over! Come on, Gonzalez! Throw him in the cheap seat!
Bye-bye.
And he's done it, Smash fans! Mario has overcome all the odds and emerged victorious prowess against the evil tyrants!
You're not bad, Gonzalez. Of course, if they'd had me down there, I would have rocked that dumb reptile within seconds. Ooh, yeah! Don't mess with the champ!
Oh my goodness! That was a little too close for comfort. I need to go take a nap.
Hey!
Pal, you wouldn't happen to be Mario, right?
Sweet!
Looks like we're in the right place then.
After a long and epic struggle, Mario was once again able to triumph over his arch nemesis, the evil King Bowser. But Mario's victory was part in thanks to the timely arrival of these strange visitors. Who could these strangers be? Where did they come from? Are they friends or are they foes? And what could they possibly want with Mario? Find out in the next exciting episode of Super Mario Bros. Z!
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all the references you needed to watch out for in Super Mario Bros. Z Episode 1. Now, there's some references in 2, but that won't be nearly as long. That will probably be a lot shorter comparably to this one. But yeah, that's basically what that is in reference to. What in the hell? I'm opening Microsoft Word. The whole thing was a wrestling reference, pretty much, the commentary. So I hope you people enjoyed that. I think it added a lot to the story that was told by Mark Haynes. I hope we added an extra layer of that story, and hopefully it's seen as canon. I mean, it's not technically, but I think it would really add to the story. I mean, it's, you know, just subtle things like, you know, the whole Mushroom Kingdom Athletic Commission thing, and, you know, the Mauro Ranallo and Macho Man references, and all the wrestling references, the Johnny Mushroom and the Kingdom's Rich Alvarez reference, the No DQ CW reference. There's so many references in it. I love it. I think this is some of the best work that we as F.T.W. Productions have ever done, and I hope Mark Haynes enjoyed it, and Alvin Earthworm appreciates what we have done with his story, and hey, you know, maybe you want to join us for one of these voice acting things. Give us a shout. You know, whatever character you want, man, it's your show. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you liked what you saw here, again, I'm not going to like have an end screen or an iCard. Actually, I will have an iCard for the best of FTW Productions. And also to subscribe to Mark Haynes. Here's another iCard for that. And do me a favor and subscribe and turn that post notification bell on so you don't miss any behind the scenes when it comes to FTW Productions work, essentially. And with that being said, we will see you on the next behind the scenes video.